Hold on. So, Jesus Christ. Okay. This is going to be a little bit of a weird start, but I'm going to just keep on going. I know I was a bit quiet for a bit. Anyways, what it do, what it be, this is your boy at YVNGTHIK on Twitter. You guys are watching another episode of the Mixed Martial Farts podcast. This is going to be, we're trying some new things out. We're trying a new mic placement. So I have the mic right in. I think I have been doing this. I think this is my first time doing this. But yeah, we're using a different mic. What the fuck? For fuck's sake. Anyways, we're using a different mic placement for this episode of the show. You guys won't hear my dad playing the game in the back. I just didn't want to re-record it because I didn't have the time to re-record last week. So sorry about that. And we're trying a different placement of the topics this week. So we're gonna keep doing the top. We're gonna do the top fives until I run out of top fives. Like, I really enjoy doing the top fives. I think they're very fun, and again, they just show what type of mixed martial arts fan I am. So anyways, let's get into it. You guys know the deal. If you enjoy the show, if you like this show, number one, like and fucking subscribe and comment. Share this with all of your friends. Everybody. Share. Please. Okay? I want this to be successful. Number two, if you can edit videos, you do not need to be skilled at video editing. All I want to start a clips channel, or not a clips channel. I just want to be able to post the clips on here, because posting the clips will help me grow this channel, grow the podcast, and do what I really want to do with this show. There's a lot of things I want to do with this show, but that I can't do yet just because I don't have any people watching the show. I don't have a co-host. I don't have like any of that. I can't do like a Q&A thing. The fucking headline reaction thing is very bad. That's kind of like a filler thing I do on the show. But again, with that being said, if you guys want to give me advice on what to do with the show, that would be much appreciated. I'm willing. Just give me all of your thoughts on the show down below in the comments, please. I'm praying. Please help a brother out. But yeah, if I haven't already said this, follow me on Twitter, YVNGTHIK, Young Thick on Twitter. If you want to co-host this show, hit me up on that Twitter page, please. Okay? With that being said, let's get into the motherfucking show. Last week you had UFC 289, Nunes versus Al motherfucking Dana. Let me go back a bit. Why am I not logged into Tapology? Boom. Sorry for the... Okay, Tapology's being a bit... I was about to say something bad. Tapology's being a bit cringe right now, but... Okay, view share pics. Okay, this website's being a piece of garbage. Should have had the tabs open already, but... This is how this ghetto-ass show works. Okay, let's start from the bottom up, guys. Now, guys... We had kind of a very shitty week, I'd say, especially at the start of the card with this card. Okay. Now, I didn't watch this first fight. I was watching iCarly probably, or I was at work, or I was on my way home from work. One of the two. Yeah. So... The first fight, Diana Belbita, that's probably not even how you say her name, defeats Maria Oliveira via 3-round decision. I picked Maria Oliveira just because she seems like the cooler gal. Spider Girl, that's a pretty cool nickname. Diana Bell beats. I don't even know if I watched a fight of hers in the UFC, but yeah, I got that one wrong. Next fight. Now, I don't know why I picked this guy, but bitch, it paid off. Steve Erceg defeats David Dvorak via 3-round decision. Now, I picked him by sub in round 3, but who gives a fuck about the method of the fight? The right guy won, okay? I picked the right guy. So, anybody who picked David Dvorak, I'm still dunking on you, okay? So, Erceg, dude, this fucking guy looks good, and he's ranked now, bro. I think they have him at like the 14th ranked guy at flyweight. This guy should be something special at flyweight, dude. You know, this whole Australian scene, a lot of these guys are like sneakily, like, very talented, very good. So, shout out to him for getting that done. That was a pretty close fight too, but I definitely had Steve Erceg winning that fight. Somebody on Twitter said he looks like Steve Carell, and that is very, very true. Anyways, Kyle Nelson defeats Blake Builder via 3-round decision. I picked Blake Builder because he looked good on the contender series, and he looked good on his first fight. All of a sudden, he looked like shit. He didn't look that bad, but from what I remember, he had some bad decision making in that fight. There was a lot of things going on in that. Kyle Nelson, I don't think he had a single. He didn't have a win over anybody that was actually in the UFC. His only win in the UFC is a guy named Polo Reyes. Who the fuck is that guy? So, yeah. Wasn't really seeing that, but I guess Kyle Nelson being the Canadian guy, he was able to get the job done. All right. Next fight, Ayman Zahabi defeats Orichi Lang via KO at 104 round 1. Good lord, when did this guy turn into Francis Ngannou, bro? This is the shit that I hate. When guys randomly just turn into Francis fucking Ngannou. They show no thump in their fights, but then they randomly turn into Francis Ngannou. Okay. This was a solid fight. The guy knocked him out very, very quickly. I picked Orichi Lang. Number one, I think he has more UFC experience. This guy's 24-10. I should have seen that coming a mile away. Jesus Christ. Now, he beat Cameron Else and Jay Parent, but these guys are not. These are not the most impressive fighters. Cameron Else, I don't think either of these guys are in the UFC anymore. So yeah, I mean, maybe I was out of my mind, but maybe I was not. He lost to Jeff Molina. He lost to Cody Durden too. So, I mean, listen, look, that wasn't a great pick, but Ayman's hobby. I mean, he is the brother of the coach of the second greatest fighter of all time. So maybe that was wrong on me. But anyways, and he does have more. I'm pretty sure he has more UFC wins too. But like, dude, oh shit, he got a knockout. But before, anyway, look, listen. The fucking point is, I don't know why I made that pick. That was kind of a shitty pick. Anyways, next fight, Jasmine Jastovicius defeats Miranda Maverick via 3-round decision. Now, Miranda Maverick, she looked absolutely great in her first few fights. I think it was 3 fights where she looked like she could be in the title, I guess, conversation. But then she lost to Macy Barber. I thought that she got robbed in that one. Then she lost to Erin Blanchfield. But we all know how good Erin Blanchfield is. I believe I'm going to talk about Erin Blanchfield later in the show. Listen, look. I didn't expect her to lose this fight. Jasmine Jest to Vicious, like, who the fuck is she? Like, who the fuck is that guy? Anyways, I didn't actually watch this fight because I was trying to go get some Wingstop, okay? The problem is that, listen, Uber Eats, bro. This is completely off topic. This is going to be a Uber Eats diss, bro. Uber Eats, y'all fuck me over, bro. Listen, I wasn't thinking that hard, but I shouldn't have needed to think this detailed to order some fucking wings, okay? I opened up Uber Eats, bro. I'm like, and I just see Wingstop pops up first. I'm like, okay, they already know what I'm doing. It's Saturday. It's fight night. I go to the same Wingstop every fucking time. But for some reason, I didn't pay attention to which Wingstop it was. Now, this is a little bit on my fault, but it's really Uber Eats' fault. They know my low location. They know that there's only one Wingstop that's walking distance from my house. Okay. Anyways, I send my order through to this Wingstop. I walk to the Wingstop that's closest to my house. I show them the order. They're like, we don't have it. That's when I realized they sent this fucking Wingstop order to one that's far from my. It's not like super far from my house, but I wouldn't be able to get there just by walking. Okay. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro? This is some bullshit. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the train. All of a sudden, the fucking train was like, we're not gonna go southbound right now. You can eat my balls, batty, and dick. I'm like, what the fuck? This is, I mean, I don't know if I should say which city I live in, but if you're watching me, I feel like you know where I'm talking about. This city is so trifling, bro, and I almost said it. This city's transit is so trifling, bro, that they have motherfuckers taking a piss at the train stop. I literally, I think last time I took the train, somebody was taking a piss at the train stop, bro. This wasn't even like the most ghetto train stop. Like, bro, I don't even think that he was homeless too. He just was like, I'm gonna just take a piss here. How so far gone are you where you're taking a piss at the fucking train stop? Anyways, listen. So I was like, okay. So once I realized I wasn't able to take the train to this Wingstop, I'm like, what the fuck do I do? So right now, there was just a random Uber Eats Wingstop order that went down the drain. That was $20 down the fucking drain, okay? Uber Eats, y'all can eat my fucking balls, bro. Y'all can really eat my balls. And if y'all are asking, why don't you just get it delivered? That's like $5, $6 more I have to drop, minus the fucking tip. So listen, look, Uber Eats, y'all need to get y'all shit together, please. Anyways, so because of that whole shit, not only did I miss this fight, I missed Nasruddin Imavov versus Chris Curtis too. So it's just like, what the fuck? But anyways, I guess it wasn't a bad thing that I missed this fight because it ended in a no contest. Apparently, Imavov was on his way to win that fight. So maybe I did get that fight right. Anyways, next fight, Marc-Andre Barriault defeats Eric Anders via 3-round decision. Okay. This fight was okay. It won fight of the night. Yeah, I mean, I picked Barriault because a lot of people on Tapology were going with him. I guess that was the right pick. Eric Anders, he just, I don't know what the fuck. But they were saying on like the broadcast that he doesn't really even need to pay attention to fucking training that much because he's like an actor, I guess now. So, listen, look. I think that I don't know. This is much easier said than done. He might want to pick a different goddamn lifestyle. Because I don't think that you can have one foot out the door like him. But hey. Anyways, next fight. Dan Ige defeats Nate Landwehr via 3-round decision. Okay? I picked Nate the Train because I was on the Nate the Train hype train. That was a wrong pick of mine. Dan Gay, he had a workman's like fight. He did everything he was supposed to do. His coaches are probably really proud of him. Shout out to his team there at Extreme Couture. He did a great job, okay? And it seems like he's going to get back on track. And yeah, he might be able to do a little something at this weight class. Anyways, next fight, Mike Malott defeats Adam Fuckett via submission at 106 of round 2. This guy's apparently this guy's the striking coach at Team Alpha Male, but this guy's been subbing everybody. He looks like what the fuck? This guy, he can be something at this weight class. Is he gonna get to a championship? Probably not. But bitch, I'm not gonna write this guy out. Okay, this guy, he's like he's the Canadian Michael Chandler, but he's like a little bit more likable. I'd say, just to me, for dumbass reasons. But anyways, listen, look, Mike Malott looks really, really good. And listen, pause on that, but like, he's also like a very handsome guy too. Like, if I was a girl or if I was gay, I would smash. Okay. Listen, look, Mike, he seems to be great. He's doing all the right things, and I think his future at this weight class will be very, very bright. He might even be able to move up a weight class. Also, during his walkout, the fucking barricades fell through. Listen, I was about to dox myself again. I was gonna say the arena of the town where I live. They wouldn't have things like that going on. But listen, I live in a very big town that hasn't had a fight since 2019, and they're going to places like fucking Salt Lake. UFC's going to places like Salt Lake, but they aren't going into one of the biggest cities in the whole United States. That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But I think it's just because of the laws. But I don't think it's about COVID laws anymore, because COVID barely exists anymore. So I don't know why. I think Dana White just has a grudge against the place where I live, just because there are a whole bunch of sissies and they didn't let me have full capacity crowds in the middle of COVID, brother. So fuck those. You know what? Let me actually try and do a real Dana White impression here. Those fucking guys, they didn't let us have a full capacity crowd in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. Okay, so we're not going back there anytime. That was a terrible Dana White impression. I just wasted all of your guys' time. Anyways, next fucking fight, dude. Charles Oliveira, Charles DuBronx defeats Beneil Dariush via KO at 4:10 of round 1. What did I say? Matter of fact, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can try and bring back what I said, bruh. But listen, everybody and their mother was picking Beneil Dariush. But guess motherfucking what? Okay, guess what? Hold on.
Is that strawweight? Both of these girls probably will not.
Okay.
That Amava will win. Anyway.
Okay. Hold on.
Next up we got. Anyways, Nate the Train, bro.
Hold on.
Getting only subs. Fuck, guys.
Hold on.
I cannot forget about what happened.
Hold on.
On Charles' championship run, that was magical.
What did I say?
That was you cannot tell me that shit was not fucking magical.
What did I say, bitches?
And I think Benny Dariush is gonna give a fucking challenge.
He didn't even give a real. Well, he did, but
I understand why they have him as a slight favorite. If I didn't have such a connection to Charles's run,
listen, bro.
as champion,
Listen, look, Charles Oliveira, that motherfucker is back. That motherfucker is one of the best lightweights of all time. He's back. He might beat Islam, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody who picked Benny Dariush can suck my balls, batty, and dick, bro. Let's fucking go. Anyways, main event: Amanda Nunes defeats Irene Aldana via 5-round decision. This fight was boring. Irene Aldana, I would have gave a better fight, honestly. Is it because I'm a man and I'm 220 pounds? Yes, but listen, look. I picked this fight perfectly. Nunes by decision. A lot of people were going with Irene Aldana, and I understood why. But like, bruh, that shit was not gonna happen. Irene Aldana was only on like a 2-fight win streak, bruh. She lost to Holly Holm. She lost to like other girls in this weight class, and Holly Holm lost to Ketlin Vieira. Okay, that shit was not gonna fucking happen. Okay, that shit was not happening. And then let's talk about this. This is the real news here. Amanda Nunes retires from mixed martial arts, bruh. Definitely the greatest female. Oh my god, I should have had this shit on mute. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, Amanda Nunes defeats Irene Aldana, and she definitely retires as the greatest women's mixed martial artist of all fucking time. Okay. I mean, what can you say? She had a great resume. She fought basically everybody that was good in her weight class of all time, because this is also a young weight class too, and you cannot deny her at all as the greatest female mixed martial artist of all time, maybe even the greatest female combat sport athlete of all time. Okay. Definitely did amazing things in this sport, and definitely helped push this sport forward in a great way. Okay, that's all I have to say. Okay, now with her vacating those 2 belts, now first off, I think they might just want to shut down both of her belts. Okay, women's 135 is like so dry right now, it's not even funny. But you guys know what? You guys know what will make it not dry? According to Aaron Bronstetter, Aaron Blanchfield's thinking about going up a weight class and getting that 135 title. Let me just say this. If that shit goes through, we're going to have the same thing over again. There's going to be a dominant ass run in this weight class if Aaron Blanchfield comes through, bro. Aaron Blanchfield is a hammer. The way she beat Andrade, bro. Like, Andrade is a fucking hammer, too. Andrade... Did you guys see Andrade get a standing arm triangle on goddamn Amanda Lemos, who's fighting for the title? Which I don't like that at all. I think I forgot who they should put in. Put someone else in there, okay? No, put fucking Yan Xiaonan and put that fight in China. Listen, that shit's pissed me off. I haven't been able to say this shit. Why are we not doing Weili versus Xiaonan in China? Like that's a perfect opportunity. That shit can headline it in China. That gate's gonna be filled the fuck out. Weili's, I think she's right now, for me, she's the best female fighter on planet Earth. Okay, if you have seen her last 2 performances, bro, she easily looks the fucking best. Okay, and when she's lost, okay, she got knocked out by Rose. She arguably beat Rose the next time those 2 fought, but then Weili fucking reinvented herself and went like demon mode, bro. She went demon mode, bro. She came back against fucking Joanna. I know that was a washed Joanna, but bro, what was that, like a spinning back fist, bro? That shit was insane. She comes back next fight, title shot. She dispatches Carla Esparza, bro. And bro, Amanda Lemos isn't gonna do shit to her at all, bro. If Amanda Lemos beats Weili, dude, shut down that fucking weight class too, cause she'll be a terrible champion. Okay, Zhang Weili, she's the best women's champion in all of MMA, maybe in all of combat sports. Okay, I don't really watch women's boxing because it's a very patriarchal sport. Like boxing, they have 2-minute rounds and they have less rounds. Like that's just dumb. You're also making it more prone to being more boring because there's less time in the rounds. There's less times for these girls to actually finish the fight. So I kind of refuse to watch women's boxing just because of how, like, I don't want to say childish, but listen, look, I don't like women's boxing. I don't think that they're for bad reasons. Anyways, that's why I hate when Ariel's like, guys, Katie Taylor's fighting. I'm going to talk about it for the whole week and not talk about what the show's actually named for, MMA. It's like, Ariel, we do not care about Katie Taylor, and we don't care about darts. And we're going to get into that later with my top 5, okay? Anyways, first of all, they have to shut down women's 145. That weight class is terrible. There's no reason to have that weight class, at least in the UFC, okay? PFL and Bellator have a better women's featherweight than the UFC, okay? And that's insane. Women's 135. Unless if you bring Blanchfield in, this weight class might be in jeopardy of being shut down too. If they were willing to shut down flyweight, they should be willing to shut down women's 135 too, because it's just not a talent-rich weight class at all. It was a talent-rich weight class, which I think that's the reason why they're keeping it, because there was a point where it was a talent-rich weight class, but it's not that now. Okay, so I believe definitely shut down women's 145 and maybe shut down women's 135. Women's flyweight looks great right now. It could be maybe the best weight class in the women's side of the game in a few years, once all these girls from flyweight start to get washed, which is already happening with Joanna. It's probably gonna start with Esparza too. And also, hey, hold on, I might have to take that back because Tatiana Suarez is back and she's going back to strawweight too. So listen, look, this weight class looks great. At least the first two weight classes look great. Women's 135, they're gonna have to do some real talent searching, I guess. Do they do a road to UFC on that? I don't know, but they should not take this weight class that seriously because it's not a talent-rich weight class at all. Okay. With that being said, let's get into the picks for this week's fucking fight. This week we have UFC Fight Night Vettori versus Cannonier. Okay, a lot of people are hating on this fight. I don't think that they should. This is a very important fight for this weight class. Why is my website not working? There we go. This is a solid. This is like a okay Apex card. I think that the main event, everybody's saying that the main event is going to be like the most boring fight. It probably won't, okay? Just because the fight with Strickland was kind of boring, that was really more Strickland's fault because he fights like he's sparring. But anyways, first fight we got Modestas Bukauskas, I think that's how you say his name, going up against Zach Pauga. Modestas Bukauskas, he had a bad stint in the UFC, then he got cut, but now he's back and he beat Tyson Pedro, who was kind of coming the fuck on. So for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and pick him. Okay, I'm gonna pick him by decision 2. Everybody knows, everybody that comes off of Tough, like, they kind of fucking suck. Okay, and we're gonna get into that when we do the Tough recap for this week. Okay. Most people from Tough, they kind of fucking suck, okay? Sorry for that extra noise. But anyways, I'm going to go with Modestas in this fight. Ronnie Lawrence is going up against Danny Argueta. Now, this guy's also off of Tough, but yeah, I was about to dox myself again. Tapology is going on with Ronnie Lawrence. I don't think I've watched this guy fight before. I don't really care. He looks like... he just doesn't look like a mixed martial artist, but I'm going to go with him by decision. Teresa Bleda going up against Gabriela Fernandez. Gabriela Fernandez, this is probably her first fight in the UFC. For that, she's coming off of a loss too. Okay, so she lost to Jasmine Jasudavicius. That was her debut. I don't think she'll be here for a while. Let's go with to Reza Bleda on that one. Felipe Bunis, I hope that's how you say his name, is going up against Zhalgis Zhumagulov. Apparently this guy has like 20 trillion kids. This motherfucker has kids to feed, so I'm gonna go with him. Felipe Bunis. This is his debut. This guy is 3-2 in his last 5 going into his first fight. I know Zhalgis is 1-4 in his last 5, but he's fighting good guys. So I'm gonna go with Zhalgis in this fight. I'll probably lose on that one, but hey. Carlos Hernandez versus Dennis Bondar. I'm gonna just say this. Carlos Hernandez, hometown guy. Listen, I'm from Chicago. I was talking about the CTA in my last fight. Or not in my last. What the fuck am I saying? In the last part of this podcast, okay? I don't think my identity's that open now just because I said where I'm at. Anyways, Carlos Hernandez, get him by decision. It's time that these Chicago guys show where the fuck they're from. You got Law. You got Curtis Blades. He's kind of not. I mean, I can't. I shouldn't hate on Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is a great fighter. He'll get there at some point. Anyways, Juliana Pena. I forgot to talk about her. She needs to shut the fuck up. I do not claim her. Yeah. Anyways, next fight: Kyung Ho Kang versus Christian Quinones. Who the fuck are these guys? Oh, I think I've seen the Christian Quinones guy. Excuse me. He was on Contender a few years back. I think he trains out of Brandon Moreno's gym. For those reasons, I'm going with him. Apparently, Kyung Ho Kang, he beat Batgarel Dana. And he lost Hani Yaya. How long has this guy been a UFC? Bro, I've never seen this guy fight. Anyways, let me go with Christian Quinones by decision. Not confident in that, but we're going with it. Jimmy the Brick Flick. He's back against Alessandro Costa. He lost to Amir Albazi. Listen, people are going with Costa. I mean, he did only lose to Amir Albazi, who arguably just beat Kai Kara-France. He did officially beat him, though. Anyways, I'm going to pick Costa. I'm going to go on the train. Jimmy Flick, he's a bit off and on in this sport. So, listen, I like his story, and I hope he proves me wrong. But listen, look. He's been off and on. I can't trust that. Hayani Barcelos versus Miles Johns. I'm going to go with Barcelos. I'm going to pick him by decision. I know that's what I've been doing a lot, but that's what I'm doing, okay? I was so pissed in his last fight because I actually bet on Prize Picks on his last fight. I bet for Umar to get more than two takedowns. Suddenly he turns into Francis Ngannou. Not Francis. He turns into Mirko fucking Krokop. Has the best high kick of all time. Anyways, Muslim Salikov versus Nicholas Dalby. These guys are going to be having a mid-off. I'm going to go with Salikov. Hopefully he does good. He's a solid guy. I'm going to pick him by decision. Nicholas Mata is going to be fighting Manuel Torres. Lost to Jim Miller. Beat Cameron Van Camp. That's not an impressive win. Yeah, I'm going to go with Manuel Torres. How's he getting his fights done? He's on... Okay, so this guy's been finishing fights. I'm doing my KO too. Pat Sabatini, dude, this guy's good, but he had one loss to Damon Jackson. This guy's going to come back, I promise. So I'm gonna do Pat Sabatini. And you know what? I'm gonna pick him by late sub, okay? Pick him by sub in round 3. This pick should hit, okay? At least him by sub. Listen, I don't know what round he's gonna get the fucking sub done, but I'm gonna go with Pat Sabatini. He comes out of a phenomenal camp, a group of great young guys over there in Philly. They're all doing great things out there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with them. Next fight, Christian Leroy Duncan. So Armin Petrosyan. I don't know how to pick this fight. Armin, he had a great knockout on the contender series, but lost to Kaio Bohayo, who's kind of coming the fuck on. What the fuck? He beat Obama by split. He just beat AJ Dobson, who's not that good. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with I'm gonna go with Christian Leroy Duncan. He just looks. How old is this guy? This guy's only 26. He looks like he's 35. Anyways, I'm gonna go with him by KO 3. I'm not confident in him, but that's what I'm doing. This next fight pisses me the fuck off. Why the fuck is Arman Tsarukyan fighting a guy maybe I've seen fight once? Joaquim Silva, dude. Who the fuck is that guy, bro? This guy's been in the UFC since 2015. He beat Jesse Ronson. Who the fuck is that guy? He lost to Rick Glenn. Who the fuck is that? Lost to Nasrat Hakparas. That's not the worst guy to lose to. Beat Jared Gordon, which is like, okay, it's a solid win. Lost to Vince Pichel. Beat Reza Medadi. Pause on that name. Beat Andrew Holberg. Who the fuck is that? And then he beat Nazareno Malgari. Whoever the fuck that is. Why is this fight happening? I'm gonna pick him by sub in round. I'm gonna pick Arman by you know what? Not by sub. I'm picking by KO in round 1. Why the fuck they couldn't get this guy? Anybody else? Grant Dawson couldn't fucking fight. Like, there's so many good guys at lightweight. There's so many better guys at lightweight they could have had fight. There's no way. This is the only fight they were able to fucking make. This fight was some bullshit, dude. This fight was terrible. Why is this fight going down? This is one of the most deepest weight classes. And you're having them fight this fucking guy. You could have had... Okay, so the fight was going to be Moicano, but Moicano had to pull out. That's a solid fight. You could have had a Favola come in. I know he just fought, but still. Could have had RDA. No, I think RDA is going back to 170. This guy needs to just stop fighting, okay? You're not going to get back to a world title, bro. Gamrot could have maybe came in, but I forgot that they all already fought. Listen, look, this is a terrible fight. Why are we doing this? I fucking hate this fight. I don't know why it is going down. Anyways, next fight, the main event of the evening: Marvin Vettori versus Vettori Cannonier. It's a very close fight. A lot of people are going with Marvin, and I mean, this is a very close fight, man. It's a very, very close fight. But I think I'm going to go with Jared Cannonier, dude. He is getting up there in age. He's 39, but like, I don't think he doesn't have that much damage because he started late, okay? These guys have a 10-year age gap, which is insane, but I'm going to go with Jared. Jared can thump. Jared is a better striker, I'd say. Marvin has the strength in the grappling, but Jared comes out of a great camp. Both these guys come out of great camps, but I just don't think that Marvin has the tools to get this fight done. He did beat, what's his name? Roman Dolidze, but listen. That's not the type of fighter that Jared is. For those reasons, I'm gonna pick Jared Cannonier by decision. yeah, that's my picks for this week's card. Went on a tangent with a few of those. Now let's get into this week's top five. This week's top five is my top five MMA podcasts. Okay. I'm gonna be starting a lot of beef with my fellow mixed martial arts podcasters with this one. Okay, but let's just get straight into it. Number five. This one I went with Believe You Me. Now there's not a lot of MMA podcasts I listen to at all, but and there's really only one or two of these I will listen to the whole way through. But Believe You Me. It's an okay podcast. I just don't like Michael Bisping that much. I like him. I like small amounts of Michael Bisping, but I just can't take that much of him. He's just kind of a prick. I mean, that's really what it is. And Anthony Smith, when it comes to actual fight breakdown, he's chill, but like he's just kind of like a sensitive guy too. And I know I sound like a dumbass calling pro mixed martial arts sensitive, but it is the truth. Listen, look, I like this podcast. I'll listen to this podcast when my other favorite podcasts are not on. But it's just not that good. Okay. Next one, MMA Hour. Now, he is like the best like interviewer in the sport, I'd say. But I just have like I like the show, but there's also things I like deeply hate about the show too. Number one, Ariel has biases to fighters, and I think it's just based off of. Actually, I mean, if you are familiar with who's managed by who in this sport, then you know that he's very tight with the Tim Simpson group. Okay. A lot of the guys managed by Tim Simpson are going to be Izzy or just the Paradigm. Now, I heard that Tim Simpson's not a part of Paradigm anymore. I heard he started his own managing thing. But I think Ariel has a connection to everybody that was managed by Paradigm. So Tim Simpson he's cool with. I believe he's cool with Audie Tar too. I know he's cool with Tim Simpson. You can just tell. Watch a Ariel interview with Leon Edwards. Watch a Ariel interview with Izzy. Watch a Ariel interview with Volk. I believe Arnold Allen is also managed by those guys to watch an interview with him. You can just see that Ariel is willing to suck all those guys' dicks. And I don't know what they are doing behind the scenes, but dude, he just sucks the dick of every Paradigm fighter so fucking much. Maybe besides Connor, but Connor's kind of like not Paradigm. It's insane. Okay. Every time he has Izzy on a show, he doesn't push back on anything. Now, I didn't find Izzy doing this offensive at all because I'm not a bitch. But when Izzy called DDP a cracker, he just laughed it off. And Izzy, there's so much shit that Izzy does that needs to be called out. Like, he just says the dumbest shit. He says the dumbest shit of all time. And nobody busts his balls. I think maybe Andrew Schultz might bust his balls for it. That's the only guy. Okay? But Andrew Schultz still dick rides the shit out of Israel out of signing two at the same time. I was watching the latest Israel Andrew Schultz pod. Jesus Christ, they were sucking his dick, dude. God damn. Anyways, Ariel, he doesn't do that much pushback on any of the Paradigm guys at all. And most of those guys don't really need pushback because they're all pretty, except for Izzy, they're all pretty chill guys. But Ariel will push Paradigm propaganda even when those guys are not on a show. Like, it's honestly insane. Now, if Ariel's not interviewing like a Paradigm guy, he actually does a great job. But when he interviews a Paradigm guy, you're just like, I might as well just open up Pornhub.com, because this is just gonna be a blowjob video. Like, dude, like this shit is insane. And I just don't like how much Ariel dick rides those Paradigm guys. Okay. Next up, Ariel he'll just force topics on the MMA fans' throats that, like, we do not give a fuck about at all. This motherfucker had 2 darts guys on the show. Why the fuck does he care about... This motherfucker will talk about English football, which, okay, that is fine. I mean, that is a sport that some people might care about. Then he'll start talking about darts. Who the fuck gives a flying fuck about darts, bro? That's not even a sport. Like that. I think playing Fortnite as a pro is more of a sport than playing fucking darts. Okay, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Okay, why the fuck is he talking about darts on the show? I don't give a single flying fuck about darts. You can throw a dart in your own asshole for all I care. Who gives a fuck? Okay. And then he'll talk about Katie Taylor for like an hour. Dude, women's boxing is not good. Because, like, they want it to not be good, because boxing is a chauvinistic sport. So, and he never talks about that shit. This fucking guy's like, the fight we need to see the most in boxing. Even before Spence Crawford got booked, he was like, the fight we need to see the most in boxing, it's not Fury versus Usyk, it's not Spence Crawford, it's Taylor versus Serrano 2. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you even talking about, bro? What are you even saying? It's like, Ariel, he gets on my nerves. All right. I respect what he does, because he'll push back on guys if they aren't managed by Paradigm. And yeah. And, like, I don't blame him for not being able to get all of the dominance guys on his show. But Ariel obviously has so much bias for a lot of guys in the sport, and I get tired of it. You see him have Leon Edwards or Israel Adesanya on his show, it's literally like, you might as well name the video "Little Jewish Boy Sucks the Cock of..." I'm so sorry I said that. Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I saying? This is you. There might be kids watching this. They're gonna age restrict this video. It's not. I mean, I don't have any fans anyway. What the fuck did I just say? I should maybe cut that out. God fucking damn, dude. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. That was too fucking far. Anyways. And then these fucking guys, they just... I don't like how much the fucking co-host of the show, like what's that guy, Frank? Frank, okay? I don't give a fuck about him, and he's too much of a part of the show. And then they just have bad takes. Like, they just straight up have bad... Him and New York... I can't think of a take now, but they just have bad takes in this sport, okay? Anyways, these next 3 podcasts... This is the real good podcast in the sport. This is the only podcast I watch, okay? At least in MMA. The first one, Brady Bags. This is the Sean Brady Joe Pyfer podcast. All it is just picks. That's literally all it is. But they might talk about this or that a few times, and it's fun. It's a fun podcast to watch. They have a good banter. They have good takes too. Yeah, and I really like watching the show. It's short though. That is why it's low. It's a very short show. So yeah, next podcast. Now this is my actual favorite. You guys will see what my number 1 pick is. This is Morning Combat. This is the best mainstream podcast out there. Okay, this is the best mainstream podcast out there. Even though the production quality can be a bit shit at times, it still has the best production quality of any MMA podcast out there. It has a better production quality than the DC and RC, and which that show is terrible, and of fucking UFC Roundup. That show's also terrible too. No hate to any of those guys involved, but both of those shows suck. Anyways, Morning Combat, it's just the perfect show. Comedy, great takes, great fight, analysis, great stories, great memes, great segments. It's just a amazing show. That's all I have to say on that. If you guys are not watching MK, you guys need to get on that. It's an addicting show. I have an addiction to MK. On Tuesdays when there's no MK, like I'm so sad because I don't have that shit. Anyways, the number one podcast in MMA, you guys already know what it is. It's the one you're watching right now, the Mixed Martial Arts Podcast. I give you guys everything. I put my fucking heart and soul into the show. That's why you guys only get it once a week. Okay? You guys gotta wait until Wednesday to see this show, okay? Listen, this show is great. And again, like and subscribe. Comment if you really agree with this. Comment your favorite podcast. Do all of that. Comment if you think I'm wilding out, okay? Yeah. I mean, listen, look, this show is great. You guys should be watching the show every day. And yeah, okay? Anyways, the next segment on the show is going to be my Ultimate Fighter reaction, okay? I'm going to talk about the fight first, so, all right? Austin Hubbard, that guy just had more balls than fucking Aaron, okay? He simply had more balls, okay? And he simply put in more work. He trains at a great camp. Definitely at a much better camp than the other guy. And he just simply had more. But this was the most entertaining fight out of all the ones, because the other ones just ended in a quarter of a second. So this fight was great. I love this fight. He had a ballsy ass performance, dude. He was humble, and he did all the right things in this fight. So yeah, shout out to Austin Hubbard. I believe he might make his way back to the show. Okay. Now let's go back to what the fuck am I saying? Let's talk about everything else that was in this week's episode. Conor, every week, he just gets weirder and weirder and weirder, dude. Why in every fight does Conor stand? And number one, he's standing. He's not even standing next to his coaching staff. He's standing next to Dana and fucking Hunter. It really doesn't even make any sense. And it just shows that Conor's not really in this. Like, he's really not. He just came here because I believe he thought that this experience would go more smooth and it'd be better than what he thought it was. Then he realized he'd have to hang out with a bunch of broke ass fighters that just aren't the type of guys that Conor would hang out with. So yeah, I don't think Conor really has his head in this, and that's why all of his guys are not winning this show. Okay, Conor was buying toys from some kid. First off, Conor, why did he have that much cash? What is one of the only things that Conor probably is buying a lot of that you can only buy with cash? And you might be able to buy with like Venmo or Cash App or something, but it's best if you only buy with cash. I think Conor was definitely buying the fucking cocoa with all of that cash that he gave, like maybe 10, like a couple hundreds to that kid. Okay. And I feel like with that whole piece, they're just trying to make Conor not look like this big druggy asshole, but he definitely looks like more of a druggie with all the cash he had on him. And yeah. Again, this week they try to do the sob story. This ESPN bullshit where they try and make everything a sob story. Now, obviously I feel bad for Austin. he lost his brother. That's very sad. And it seems like it really hurt him too. Um, that was kind of that one was actually sad. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, but when Aaron when he showed off his dogs, that shit got me more in my feels because I love dogs, man. I have my own dog. When I go off to college, I'm gonna miss the shit out of her. But anyways, um, yeah, and I mean, listen, these guys in the fighter bios just showing off their like blue collar jobs and the fact that they can't train. It shows that like the quality of the fighters on the show is definitely lower than the Contender series or than just guys that are just getting signed straight off. A lot of the guys that are just getting signed, they put their whole fucking life into to this shit, okay? These guys on Tough, like, they just, except for to Merv Baliev, which he's definitely my favorite to fucking win the whole show. He seems like he's locked fuck in. But anyways, it just shows that Tough is just not what it was. But anyways, also when Connor was talking to, I think Aaron, he got like a hematoma on his goddamn rib cage. When Connor was talking about you need to take the pain and just grab it and then throw it away. I'm like, you obviously did a few lines before this training sesh, and that's not the greatest thing to do, Connor. But anyways, yeah, and like the thing with that, going back to my last point, where they're just where these aren't the best of the best. The fucking the fucking quote unquote prospect. This guy's 34. You can't be a prospect if you're 34. Like that doesn't even make any sense. Yeah. This season of Tough, it's definitely a better season than the last two. I just did not watch the last one for obvious reasons because who the fuck cares? So yeah. Oh, did you guys know that Bellator 297's this week, taking place in my hometown? Am I going? Nope. I would have gone if Morning Combat was going, but they are not. There are some good fights though. Vadim Nenkov versus Yoel Romero. Please, MMA gods, bless us with a Yoel. He's 46, which is insane. But let's pray to the MMA gods that we get a Yoel Romero win. I would go if the whole card was good, but that's not what the fuck it is. So yeah. Anyways, last segment of the show, we're gonna do a headline reaction. So I don't know if you guys saw this. Daniel Cormier said that Jim Miller shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, and listen, guys, I agree with DC. I don't think they should have put goddamn Cowboy in the damn Hall of Fame, but they did. I mean, I understand why they did, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't think they should put Jim Miller in the Hall of Fame because he didn't get that far. I love Jim Miller. His story is inspiring. He has a great story, but he just didn't do enough, I think, to warrant a Hall of Fame career. Anyways, next headline. Jeff Neal versus Ian Gary booked for UFC 292. Guys, the MMA gods, and I think genuinely Jeff Neal's going to beat this kid's ass. It is time. One of these guys beats the fuck out of Ian Gary. I hate Ian Gary. He's an Irish mixture of Conor McGregor and Chandler. He's the worst parts of Conor. He's the worst parts of Chandler mixed into one fucking guy. Not excited if Ian Gary wins, but the thing is that he won't. Jeff Neal's going to beat the shit out of Ian Gary. USA! USA! And yeah. Let's see if there's any more good headlines. Apparently, I did watch the Izzy thing all the way through. Izzy's so full of himself, bro. Like, he really is. He's just so full of himself, bro. he is very full of himself. When he was talking, he went on Ariel. He's like, when I go into the shower, I think, and it's just a place where I can think and think things through. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, please. Anyways, guys, I think I've overstayed my welcome here. This has been a good episode of the Mixed Martial Arts Podcast. As I said, like, subscribe, comment, and share. Please, 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 if you fuck with me, if you like this podcast, share this in every way possible. We're trying to get this shit big, dude. Please, please, guys. If you really like this show, show me some love, bro, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anyways, again, if you want to be a co-host on the show, DM me, comment. Let's get in touch. Follow me on Twitter at YVNGTHIK Young Thick on Twitter, please. And I think that's it, guys. I love you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this show. I'll see you guys later.